Apple has a new plan to ostensibly protect children. Apple will use NeuralHash to scan your photos, all photos of iCloud users, for images of known child sexual abuse. Once it identifies such image, it will then trigger a review process. If the review process confirms that such images match what was detected, that is, child sexual abuse, then the authorities will be notified. This is how Apple is selling you invasion of your privacy. Invasion of your privacy to protect children. Oh, so you don't want your privacy. Oh, so you don't care about protecting children from sexual abuse. If you want your privacy, then that means you want children to be abused. That's the way Apple's trying to sell it to you. Don't fall for this old trick. You're not protecting anybody by relinquishing your privacy. In fact, the only person who could be protected in such case is if, by the question of relinquishing your privacy, is you, if you don't fall for it and assert your rights to keep your data. Now, this is a private corporation, so the rules are a little different here, right? It's not like the government is searching your private data. It's Apple doing it. Apple doesn't have any adherence to the U.S. Constitution or the Fourth Amendment, which guarantees you to be free from search and seizure. Apple has terms of use, and Apple can decide, after acquiring millions upon millions of users, that it's now time for Apple to change the terms. And they can. After all, they're effectively a monopoly now. They're not going anywhere. Apple's here to stay. Your privacy, however, is a different story. Don't stand for it. This is an old trick. It's the same trick that Jeffrey Epstein used to keep people silent, right? To get people compromised. Apple's using the same trick as Jeffrey Epstein. You can just look at Apple as a Jeffrey Epstein. Or what they're trying to do is saying, oh, so you want your privacy. Oh, so you don't care about... Well, let's just expose you. If you want to oppose us, then you are essentially exposing yourself as someone who doesn't care about children being sexually abused. Don't stand for it at all. And another thing to keep into consideration, two other things. One is that this is just their foot in the door. Of course they'll expand it. Do you think they're going to stop there? And that's going to be it forever? Absolutely not. This is getting their foot in the door with this and selling you on, hey, you need to just give up some of your privacy. And once you're okay that some of your privacy has been given up, we'll just take a little more and maybe we'll tell you about it later. Sort of like how the NSA was just collecting metadata back in 2013 under the PRISM program, and AT&T worked with them, and that is all exposed. They have all of your text messages, all of your emails, all of your private communications. They have it all. Now Apple's doing the same thing, and they're just kind of letting it out in the open. And they will continue to let more out in the open as they change their policies in terms of use. Don't stand for it. Don't accept it. And don't be silent about it and acquiesce to Apple's absurd and perverse, manipulative gaslighting of trying to get you to agree to relinquishing privacy that you agreed upon and paid for and bought into in their platform, all in the name of ostensibly protecting children. Remember, these are known images that already exist. Once the image has been taken, somebody else seeing that does not make the image to be causing that child more harm. It doesn't work that way. In many cases, child sexual abuse, images of child abuse, right, aren't anything more than nudity. The nude body, human form, in some cases not even nude, maybe partially nude, in all its glory and imperfections, is considered in and of itself abuse. And they can sell you on that, and then they can sell you on being silent to relinquish your privacy, because if you speak up, then you're standing for child exploitation. Don't fall for it. It's a scam. Don't even believe it. If you can't do anything to stop it, you can at least call it out for what it is, like I am, and not be afraid of being labeled as a child abuser. You don't have to You don't have to worry about them labeling you with that. Don't be afraid of it. Thank you for watching. And stand up for your rights. Stand up for your privacy. Don't take any bullshit from these corporate giants who are working hand in hand with the government to try to take away your rights, to try to shift everything to the private sphere, and then take away all your rights because they're not the government and the Constitution doesn't apply to them. Don't stand for it. Ridicule it and call it out and condemn it for what it is. They're trying to take away your rights.